Hello, gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be complaining about restrooms and public restrooms. Why, you may ask? Good question. I don't really have a good reason. I feel like the people need to hear about these horrendous things, these terrible, terrible things. Because everywhere that we look, okay, there's just these gas stations, bro. And these gas stations, like, especially if you're in America, which I assume most of you guys are, but like, you can go to a Shell, right, and walk into that thing, and you can see their restroom. It's probably pretty clean, right? But then you're gonna go to some rinky-dink, like mom and pop gas station, or like God forbid a raceway. You're gonna walk into those doors, and you are gonna get treated by the most foul smell that has probably ever entered your nose, has ever graced your little nose hairs. Okay, I'm talking like elite stench. Like they somehow managed to smell like a dying raccoon and a carton of spoiled eggs at the same time. I don't know how they did it. They might have done it in a lab, to be completely honest with you. And then when you finally find one, right, that's like somewhat decent, right, and it's like a public restroom, okay, you go in there and you're in the stall and you're trying your best, okay, and all of a sudden, right, you look and there's this big gap from like the wall to the wall of the stall. It's like half a foot sometimes. And I know I just be trying to take a leak, and I'll like look over, and there's some like 6'2" Canadian dude just like looking at me, and you'll just lock eyes, okay, and then you'll like try to make small talk, be like, hey buddy, so like, what's your PSI? And it's just crazy, like why can't stalls be closed off? And the worst bit is when you go to like a really crappy gas station, and there isn't a lock on the door. So it's just like a trust system. Like scouts, bro. And you're gonna be in there just trying your best to take a poo, and you're just gonna be watching that door like it's about to attack you, okay? Like you need to be on your guard. Because for all you know, that 6'2" Canadian dude's gonna come back in and check your PSI. And then not to mention, like, this is a really random like draw, right? And I know this is more with guys' restrooms because I don't think girls have these. Sometimes those urinal cakes be smelling like hella funky. I don't know what they be doing. I don't know if they just don't change them, but they smell worse than the dying raccoon rotten egg combo from her. Like it's bad. And like you think these people that work there, right? Like the employees, they would roll up and they would like clean the restrooms, do their job, but apparently not. Apparently they would much rather sell you lottery tickets in the front and watch football on their phone, I guess. Nah, cause tell me why every time I go to like a public restroom, I genuinely have to like roll the dice on whether or not I'm gonna like take away trauma from this situation. It's bad, right? And it can't be just me, right? Like surely someone else has to share my bathroom expert. Okay, maybe cut that out. Point is that these restrooms, bro, they're disgusting and they're awkward, and some of them don't have locks. Okay, and don't even get me started on those little hand drying stations with like the hot air. Okay, when you go to there, right, there's three things that could happen. The first one, very unlikely. It actually works, like the thing actually functions. It spews hot air at you, and then scenario number two is it spews air, but that air is cold. It's gonna freeze your hands. And the third one is it's just broken, you know, because that 6'2" Canadian guy, he thought it was a towel dispenser. So now you're stuck leaving the restroom, having multiple cases of trauma, and your hands are wet because of Mr. Canada, and you go and you buy yourself a Sprite, and they charge you like $3.50. But I think I'm getting off topic. This shouldn't be a gas station rant. It should be a public restroom rant. And don't even get me started about school restrooms, bro. Because tell me why those never have locks. Like, ever. I don't know what's going on with that. Like you would think that someone would put a lock there. That's at some point someone would be like, maybe we should stop kids from walking in on each other. Nope. I guess it's part of the game. Maybe they make wagers in the teachers' lounge. I don't know. But back to my point, I feel like public restrooms should be held to a higher standard. I think that in the United States we need to pass like a bill, that makes companies that have restrooms responsible for making them, clean. Because you can tell you're going into a nice one whenever they have those like little paper seat covers. Like oh man, those are the best thing ever. because I'm not trying to sit down where some random person just sat and probably contract some kind of disease. But anytime you go into that place and you see one of them sheets that are shaped like a toilet and you put those things down, ooh. And then there are times you're hanging out with friends and then you go to the restroom to check your hair or check your outfit or something, maybe your shirt got untucked and you go into the restroom of the restaurant or wherever you are and there's no mirror. What are we doing? Why is there no mirror? I thought that was the bare minimum. And then you be going into these same restrooms and they have the 1-ply paper, sandpaper, bro. It's genuinely sandpaper and irritation. I don't know what they're expecting us to do, but it's not working. So I think all of us need to mail a letter to Mr. Trump and tell him to roll out a new bill, okay? Tell Congress to lock in. Our butts deserve better, please. Anyways, I feel like this was kind of a random rant, but I felt led. I felt compelled to share my bathroom experiences with you all. So I hope this was enjoyable. And yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you.